Hello friends. Quick sugar update and then we'll get to the main video. It's been a month for a lot of you. Way to go. We've heard from some of you who made it all the way through, others who you tried your best. I think it was a good experience for everybody that gave this a try. Hopefully you grew, explored, and learned something from it.
I think for me the biggest takeaway was, and maybe I've said this before, that I used to be a huge hummingbird, is that I feel a freedom now that I can choose. Sugar is not controlling me. I decide if I want to have something sweet. Do I want a piece of fruit? Do I want something that I've made by hand? Heck, do I even want to have a waffle with maple syrup? I could do that if I want to, but I don't need to. I'm not prowling around the kitchen looking for snacks. I can spend my energy on other things, and that is true freedom for me.
I mean, I grew up as, I think I was highly over-sugared as a child. And so it's taken me many, many attempts doing these month-long experiments. But this month, at the end of this one, I'm happy to report that I have no more cravings. Sweet does not even sound good to me anymore. Again, I think I probably could enjoy it in small amounts, but no drive for it.
I have to say it's interesting because you've always had a little chocolate in your drawer in your desk. I'm telling a secret now. And it's always been like little chocolate chips or something, and it moved from like milk chocolate to dark chocolate, but now you have 100% no sugar added, high quality chocolate.
It's the pure bitter, and it's so good.
Yeah, it's really neat to have seen that change. And you always tell me this feels like a food, a nourishing food I'm eating. So it's kind of fun to watch the changes.
Giving away my secret to you.
You can't help it. Maybe somebody else will be inspired. I mean, we would love to hear more from you if you've continued on, if you're going to go a little bit further, what you learned, some of your tips. Just share. It's so awesome to hear about.
So this video is about yoga, and the first thing you said to me is,
yoga? What does that have to do with rewilding?
Or prepping, or bushcraft, or survivalism.
Right. Any of that, really.
And I've really heard that from students. So when forest monks are here and I say, hey, okay, we're going to start doing some yoga, the response is usually, yoga? That's kind of...
namby-pamby.
And then we start doing the yoga and people are shaking and their muscles and they're falling over, and people are... I've actually many times heard people say, wow, yoga becomes my favorite fitness part of the whole program because it's so intense.
Yeah, I mean, so many times I'll hear students requesting it. Can we get some more of that yoga in? It's pretty neat. Of course, you should explain how you do yoga.
Yoga is a huge system. I don't even know what to call it. A way, maybe, a religion. And the poses in the West that we consider yoga are just a tiny little part of what yoga is. And in the physical poses, there's also a huge spectrum. There's restorative yoga that's very gentle.
Tons of kinds of different yoga. I mean, I feel like there's new ones cropping up all the time, right?
It's an like evolving
underwater hip-hop yoga. I mean, who knows, right?
The goat yoga they have down here.
Oh yeah, they have goat. You can go ahead and do
here
yoga
in Wisconsin
with baby goats.
I have no idea how or what that is.
I haven't either, but apparently it's awesome.
But we do some pretty intense stuff. So I focus on poses that are going to develop your balance, your strength, and your flexibility. And if you look at yoga poses online, you're going to find a lot that do all three. So doing that has this physical advantage of building your body in that way. But even more powerful than that.
Well, I was going to say, I don't think we're talking about yoga for the physicality of it.
No.
I want to hear this.
Is the mental aspect. Because what I say to people is, okay, we're going to go into a pose, and I want us to take this pose to our physical edge, to the place where our balance is just at its edge, our muscular strength, our flexibility is just to the edge, and that comes with some
discomfort. It's uncomfortable.
Maybe even almost pain sometimes for some people if they're really, really, really going to their edge. That's not necessarily the goal, but...
Right, yeah. I mean, do yoga at your own speed and your own level, please, for your own body. But all of us, whether or not you are super buff triathlon girl, or you're just looking to get some flexibility and some balance, you can always find that spot. We all can do it.
And if you can find that spot, that edge for yourself, then the mental part is to find relaxation, slow, deep breathing, and a relaxed mind in that discomfort. In that way, yoga poses called asanas. These asanas are the equivalent of a cold shower, of cutting a hole in the ice and dipping into the ice water, of whipping yourself with nettles
Yes.
and trying to perform a
He's done that.
delicate task. Mosquitoes. It's a great one
Mosquitoes,
for the forest monks.
How about the office where your boss is like, oh, this needs to, and you've got like your wife is texting you, oh my gosh, and then you've got an email coming in and you're supposed to be on a Skype call. That's totally discomfort right there.
And that's where I think of it in 3 levels. These asanas, these poses, are a very controlled practice at being in discomfort, but being in a state of calm awareness while you're in discomfort. That's level 2. These real life experiences, we're not talking about emergency situations yet, but these real life experiences that we encounter every day when we start to lose our cool, when the discomfort around us turns us into a state of anxiety, of frustration, and we lose it. Can we then use those as asanas?
Find that breath, the space for breathing, the space for coming present with it. Not tensing and then everything just hurts and is worse, but finding where we need to go. Again, finding that balance, which of course then makes sense for rewilding, bushcraft, nature survival. We need to be able to be still and breathe in the middle of intensity.
I see this in the martial arts that we practice out here too. So, 2 people, when we start sparring more intensely, sometimes one of the instructors here is going to get really intense. We call it putting on pressure, putting on a lot of energy. Might start swearing and really coming at somebody with energy. And it's really easy as that energy rises for you, for the person
Right.
on the other end of that, to start having their energy rise. They get tight, they lose their cool, they lose their technique.
It's like a tea kettle. As the heat gets going, then the pressure builds and producing, right?
If you can keep calm and steady while this person's spazzing out, then you have an advantage, because as we start to spaz out, we lose
That word is
our
so
fine motor skills. We lose our ability to think strategically. We
Yeah.
start just going onto ape mode. That might have its place in some places. If you can harness some of that adrenaline, awesome. But for most of us, again, we lose fine motor skills, we lose technique, we lose the ability to think clearly. So, step 1, those asanas, a perfect place to practice intensity and find your calm within it. Step 2, turn your everyday experiences into asanas.
I can definitely see where that would apply in my own life.
And step 3 is something that all of us may experience in our lives. This might be a crap hits the fan situation. This might be a natural disaster. This might be a car accident. When things really get intense, then those skills we developed through the physical poses and through having asanas in our daily life, that comes to play, and we find that we don't fly into a panic when things get really intense.
Right. It's like the calm in the middle of the storm.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
So does this mean you're going to start doing a yoga series here?
This does not mean I'm going to do a yoga series. There's tons of great videos
I
out
thought
there.
we were going to use this rock and you're going to start the first rock pose.
Naked snow yoga.
Naked snow yoga. It could totally go.
We probably could go viral with that.
Oh, gosh.
Man, if we just would do more videos like that, we could be really popular.
Okay.
But it is a suggestion, even if you are a badass survivalist, to put aside for a moment
I think you
those
might want to say
assumptions.
bad at $.
At double,
Then
That's
you're not
way
actually
too tongue-twisted.
swearing. Bad at $. Anyway.
survivalist, right? To consider, is this really, my biases about yoga, could they be relooked at? Check out a couple poses online, see if you can get into them See what they do to your body. Take them to your edge and see if you can find your calm there.
Wow.
Well,
We're kind of crazy.
thanks, my friends. If you practice yoga, if you've tried it before, what are your experiences? If you give it a try, what's it like?
Let us know, too, if you have ways in your daily life or in situations of duress, tips that you have for how you can stay calm, you can stay focused, and not let yourself have the pressure rise. We would love to hear about that and have you share that.
Love to you all.